whoever's jumping on right now, we are at Garden State Distilling. This is Rick, the owner.
Hey, everybody.
We're going to be going through some of the new products that they have coming out. Some of them have been released, some of them are going to be released, and we'll just kind of have a little insider scoop type of thing. And then a new thing to Everyday Whiskey, we're actually going to be talking about some vodka on here. So yeah, we're talking about a vodka just because it's super unique. So Rick, since you made it, maybe you go into some depth about this.
Absolutely. So hi guys, I'm Rick. This is our new vodka called Shuck. Shuck is kind of inspired by a friend of mine who gave me this idea. So we really wanted to bring the flavors of what kind of helps make the New Jersey coast so great, which is our base. So the Barnegat Bay is a pretty big inspiration on this. So what we do is we make a base of spirit. We use oysters, we use seaweed, we use seawater, all from the Barnegat Bay, all donated by the Barnegat Bay Collective. We then make this base of some pretty flavorful spirit. We then redistill some of that base with some fresh grain neutral spirit. We add peppercorns, we redistill it, we add some salt, and what you come up with is this very crisp, clean, briny, salty vodka that's great for Bloody Marys, oyster shooters, Cosmos, or even on the rocks with a little bit of lemon. It's gotten some great traction. We just came with it last week. We'll start bringing it out to some restaurants pretty soon. But as of right now, we're in farmers markets, or you come on down the Garden State Distillery and try it out. It's very unique. Also, a portion of all sales of this vodka goes to helping nonprofits that are helping keep the bay clean and helping bring it back to where it used to be.
Which is important, especially here. But yeah, I was very impressed with the flavor profile of that. It's got a lot of salinity from the seaweed and the oyster, and I guess obviously the 5 gallons of bay water. Yep. But like it distills down very nice, and it turns into this weird it doesn't taste like a vodka at all.
You're not wrong.
It doesn't.
No.
I don't know what it tastes. It tastes like its own spirit, which we just had a brief discussion on, and it's so clean. And you listed off some great cocktail options for it, like the Cosmo. You got the sweet and the saltiness.
That's what I want to do. I want to try a Bloody Mary with it. So
a Bloody Mary would probably be awesome.
I don't know if you guys can. If I can buy a bottle before we leave.
Let's just we'll definitely okay with that.
Yeah.
No problem.
I want to try.
We can do Bloody Marys with it. I think it's going to be very versatile.
I think this one might have some sea legs, as they would say.
Yeah,
that's my corny joke of
the
show. Thank you.
It kind of tastes like, it almost has like that dirty martini kind of flavor profile to it. Like that brine that you get from the olive, or instead it's the brine from the oyster and the seaweed. So I like it.
The next thing that we need to talk about, just because it might have the best name for any pre-made cocktail out right now. Proper Cock pre-made cocktails from Garden State Distilling.
Yes.
So again, let's what was the idea behind this?
So I was trying to figure out how to do. At the end of the night at our cocktail bar, people are always asking to take cocktails home, and so I thought to myself, why don't we figure out a way to brand this so that at the end of the night, our best-selling cocktails like our espresso tini and our old fashions, we have a way to sell them out the door. So my brother, actually, Jay, came up with the name Proper Cock, and we kind of deliberated whether or not we can get away with it. Proper Cock is short for proper cocktail, drink proper. So we started out with three cocktails. We have our limoncello, we have our espresso tini, and our old fashions. They are all made, these two are made with grain neutral spirit. The limoncello is sitting in basically lemon rinds for 30 days. We then make a simple syrup, mix it up. You have limoncello. The espresso tini is actually made with Cafe Bustelo espresso. Then we make a vanilla. That's my favorite.
It's so good.
I love that coffee.
Then we use a vanilla simple syrup and a vodka, and then bottle it up. It's our best seller right now. We're probably doing about 15 to 20 cases a week of this right now. And then the old fashioned is the very same one we serve here, our famous old fashioned. We sell a lot of these. This is Bricktucky bourbon, simple syrup, and Angostura bitters, bottled and ready to drink. So this is a full strength cocktail, 72 proof.
I can't believe that.
We do not water it down. We serve it the same way we serve it at the bar, and so far the reviews have been great. People love it, and we're selling a lot of them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
For the winter, we do have another one. We're gonna do a rum dram. Did you guys try the rum dram I made last year?
No. What is a rum dram?
A rum dram is it's a fun project. It takes about 30 days to make as well.
Okay.
But basically, it's rum, brown sugar, cinnamon. Some people add like a brown butter to it. We have a special recipe that we use. It sits for about 30 days. And so we'll do like a limited offer, maybe 500 to 1,000 bottles,
Okay.
and just kind of blow those out. And we're also for the January, February season when blood oranges come into season, we're gonna do a blood orange limoncello.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds awesome.
So that's gonna be coming
I'm
out,
down for
but
that.
the proper
Yeah.
cock is, there's a lot of things we want to do here at the distillery that we can only do so much. So what we kind of plan on doing with these is, this is one of our first true brands that
Okay.
doesn't necessarily.
That has it's not the it's not Garden State It's its
Exactly.
own brand
Yep.
within your guys.
100%. So if
Okay.
these really take off, we're gonna probably make a whole
I like
new
these.
company that makes these brands.
Yeah, makes
Um,
sense. Makes sense. I
Yeah.
think you guys like.
I like these.
I'm excited to try these.
The limoncello's on ice right now.
All right, awesome.
I know. I can't wait to try,
I'm gonna try that.
and the espresso.
So yeah, once we try
Hey,
this,
you know
like,
what? And the old.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had the old fashioned, but like, I don't know.
Yeah,
You know
They're
what?
all so good.
Hey Caitlin.
I'm doing it on camera. All right,
Hey Caitlin.
Beer system.
We'll get Caitlin in a second.
perfect.
Caitlin's coming.
So yeah, these are going to be right now. They're only available at farmers markets in here, but hopefully September, October
Yeah.
they'll be available in other stores.
Yeah, this might be the first podcast where we have tableside service. To be entirely honest.
Yeah. Right.
But no, like I said,
I'm down for that.
actually I got a little. It's funny because like my fiance has a picture hugging your cock over here.
Yeah. Oh, I know that one. Yeah.
So she told me to tell you that.
Hashtag proper cock.
Hashtag proper cock. We'll have to get that one going for sure in our post. But yeah, man, like I said, the one that blew me away, like obviously like the limoncello and the espresso martini like are really awesome like everyday cocktails. But the fact that you have a full test old fashioned
yeah.
cocktail that like you
Yeah, that's
legitimately
important.
only need 4 ounces of this, like an actual cocktail over ice
Yeah, 'cause
to get you going. Like
36%.
if you have this whole bottle, you might drink
You'll
yourself
be done.
stupid.
You're done.
I mean,
Yeah,
you gotta
you're absolutely
figure most pre-made cocktails they do come very, very watered down. I mean, they're low proof.
On the
usually.
rocks is 20 proof.
So-
Like the highest they go is
Yeah.
or 30 proof is the
So
highest
the
they
fact
go.
that you're getting full strength cocktails out of pretty much all of these. Well, this one's
Oh,
on
this
label.
that's gonna be a 40 proof.
yeah. That's the same thing. I was like TBD.
This is really that's key right there. I
Yeah.
think that's critical when making a because that truly is a pre-made cocktail. It is a full strength cocktail ready to go. It's not diluted. It's not watered down. Same thing on the Wise of that 20. But it's not like I don't know. A lot of ones that you come across in the market in stores are always dialed down a bit, and I don't know if that's just to appeal to a wider audience or if it's a legality thing. But the fact that this is foolproof, ready to go, I like that.
definitely much appreciated, at least from like obviously us being a whiskey page.
Yeah.
Like that's like something really cool to see that you don't ever see. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, you gotta drink proper, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Drink proper. So say, people want to come out to the farmers market or here, if they want to get a bottle of the proper cock. What are we looking at, like price wise?
All right. So the lower proofs are 15. That includes tax. So 15 out the door gets you a limoncello or an espresso tini.
Awesome.
$20 for the old fashioned
That makes
because it is a
sense.
72 proof.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And
Those are
that,
right on par with pretty much everyone else. So.
yep,
Can we talk about the future of Weathervane? Is that something that we can talk about?
absolutely.
All
Absolutely.
right.
So basically, for anyone who doesn't know, obviously Garden State, if you're familiar with them, they're known for their Brick Tucky bourbon as their main whiskey option. It was 2021 you released?
Hi,
Or
Justin.
no, 2022 you released Weathervane for the first time, correct?
Yep.
All right, so 2022 you guys released Weathervane, the first batch. So next one's coming out when?
My goal is to bottle the third barrel. My goal is next week.
Next week.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
And what's the future? Like, what is the trajectory that you see for this actual brand or this expression?
So Weathervane whiskey, the way I kind of see it happening is as we grow. Right now we're playing down maybe 1 barrel every 1 to 2 months, 25 gallons. As we get better at what we do, we're able to produce a lot more. But Weathervane whiskey is, I think the way it's really going to go is we're going to be able to produce quite a bit more in the next 2 years with our next location. Our next location we're building out in Allentown, New Jersey, we'll be laying down about 15 barrels a month of Weathervane whiskey.
But that's impressive for like a New Jersey distillery. That's impressive.
Thank you very much. Well, we are building this whole distillery based on the fact that we really believe you're going to drink this. So
I think they're gonna drink it, and based on how the sales have been growing, like you said. They've been doubling pretty much every month
so the first barrel, it took us 6 weeks to go through one barrel. The next barrel, just out of word of mouth, it went in 3 weeks, which we didn't see happening. So it took a little while for us to get this next barrel going. But since we started to where we are now, our efficiency's grown. Where the first 2 barrels, we were able to lay down 1 each. I believe this next one is 2 barrels, and it's that way, so on and so forth. So we'll have double the amount every 2 to 3 months compared to what we have now. Weathervane whiskey. Did we talk about this in the last podcast?
We touched on it because you guys. This was you guys didn't even. You were basically sitting on the barrel for, I think at that point it was 13 months, 14 months.
Okay.
Yeah, at that point, and I think you bottled it at 18.
We did. We bottled at 18.
But you didn't have anything for us to try. We just kind of talked about the conception of what it could be, as far as the versatility of the idea behind Weathervane.
Should I touch on that real quick?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's a really good. Yeah, I think that's the best part about this entire thing.
So I have to agree. So Weathervane whiskey, in case you guys don't know, this is my take on whiskey. We're not big enough to have tons of barrels for blending. We're not a massive distillery, so. And I love wine. I'm a big red wine drinker. What I love about red wine is that they put the year on the bottle so you know what you're drinking, because no one ever expects red wine to taste the same, right?
No.
And I think that's a fun way to look at whiskey,
Okay.
So what we do is every barrel, every run we do, we change the mash bill, we change the water chemistry, we change the yeast, we change how long it ages, we change what we proof it at. So to put it out, to kind of give you an idea, the first few barrels were we used wheat. They were actually there was 75% corn, 20% wheat, malted wheat, and 5% malt.
Yeah. All right.
But the last barrel we just laid down was 75% rye, 25% corn, and we don't know how it's going to come out. We always used it's a lot of fun, right? So we use 25-gallon brand new barrels normally, but since there's a big barrel shortage, we just laid down a 53-gallon used wild turkey barrel, and then we added French Burgundy aging spirals,
which is just so far up my alley. It's crazy.
I can't wait.
I'm pumped for this.
Mike and I have said it on our podcast a couple different times where he and I both like the weird.
Okay.
And the weirder you get, I think the more I get intrigued, just because it's so easy to stay in this flat linear lane with whiskey where it's just corn, rye, barley. Okay, throw it in the barrel. Let's wait. Let's see what happens.
Yep.
It's really fun to start kind of bending the norm a little bit and just seeing where this can max out. That we were talking about, that might be the future of whiskey. It might not be these big classic old school bold bourbons. It might be these kind of smaller, craftier style whiskeys that really are kind of bending the rules a little bit and pushing flavors on actual bourbon or whiskey, depending on what what your mash bill is. And that Burgundy Oak Stave, you're the first person I've heard that's doing that in any capacity, at least in New Jersey.
Yeah.
I've not seen. I don't own. I don't think either Mike or I own a bottle that is Burgundy aged anything.
No.
So in the next 2 years, we'll be laying down, like I said, I'm thinking 10 to 15 barrels a month.
Awesome.
And Weathervane will hopefully stretch to a decent amount of the state.
Yep.
And it's going to be in these little bottles. This is how we're going to sell it. We're going to sell it. It's going to come out the way it comes out. So the kind of the motto is, if you like it, buy 2. Because we're never going to make it again.
Yeah.
And if you hate it, come back next month.
I have a question for you, Rick. The
Sure.
Allentown location, is that going to be strictly distillery, or is that going to have tasting room and everything also?
So that's going to be an immersive experience. So
An immersive experience.
the taste room is going to be amongst the stills, right? So your tour will basically be where you're sitting.
Awesome.
So you're going to see everything that we do. But it's also going to be a 3-stage product, right? So it's going to be a brewery, a distillery, and a wedding venue. It's going to be called the Stills. So you're going to get married at the Stills. So you'll have on one side, you'll have a beautiful park.
Yeah.
And on the once you're inside, you'll have a big glass wall, and you'll see all of our stills. So we're going to design a special two-sided still so that you can see the side glasses on either side.
That's cool.
That way, it's going to feel like you're getting married in a
I
distillery.
should have waited a year to get married.
Yeah,
It's just
sure.
like I could get married a year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a lot of
That's
fun.
real
It's
innovative.
so cool.
I don't think there's anything like that out.
There's not.
Not
Well,
that
at
I
least
found.
not
There's
in
not.
Jersey.
The closest thing
No.
is like the closest thing that I've heard that I've personally been to that's kind of like that, and it's not like that, is Yards Brewing in Philly,
Okay.
where like basically the restaurant is in the center of the brewery,
Love it.
and they have glass walls around the restaurant so you can see the whole process going around you.
Yeah, yours.
But it's not as immersive as that. Like there's still a disconnect for sure,
Gotcha.
and you feel it. So that's gonna be really cool to. I can't, like I said, I'm super excited to go. Whenever so obviously you said groundbreak's gonna be next year. For
Yep. Hopefully, we will
Yeah.
be breaking ground. If not late this year, early next year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And hopefully, we'll be booking weddings probably way before we open up. But we will be hopefully opening up all the doors by 2024.
That's gonna be awesome.
That'd be cool.
That's gonna be
I
really
can't
cool.
wait.
So when you make whiskey, you don't always have enough to fill the barrels, right?
Okay.
And sometimes you have just a little bit more than what you need.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing over the last year is I am taking a little bit from each one
Mhm.
and I put it into one of my
You
drums.
make it an infinity bottle.
King's Blend.
So I'm going to call it kitchen sink whiskey.
I like it.
So it's going to
Love
have
that.
I don't know what's in it. I couldn't even tell you the exact.
That's.
We tried doing this. It didn't go
Yeah.
well.
No, we're gonna find
it's
out.
Gonna go better for you though.
I'm excited.
So yeah,
That's
kitchen
so
sink
cool.
whiskey. We're going to lay down the first barrel this week,
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
and then we'll see how it comes
Kitchen
out. So,
sink whiskey.
kitchen
I like
sink
that.
whiskey.
And then you should do a bathtub gin then.
I should do bathtub
You should
gin.
do Beth.
It's just like, but like remove the negative connotation of the term bathtub gin and be a really good gin. Because like you say bathtub gin, it's like stepped on botanicals and like whatever you want to put into it.
The gin I want to do, maybe you guys can give me your opinion on this. I want to make a gin, but I want to make it my way.
Okay.
I'm not trying to compete with anybody. I want to drink something that I would drink. So
Yeah.
what I don't like about gin is I feel like when you redistill a lot of these herbs, you don't really necessarily taste what they tasted like originally.
Never. It's not a
No,
thing. Unless you're doing
not
like
at all.
blueberries and you're like super pungent.
Yes, it's going to make it through. And
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we are going to macerate our gin.
What's that mean?
Ba-
Macerate?
basically, it's like bathtub gin, right? So we're going to put our spirit
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to put the herbs. We're just going to dump them in. Then
Yeah.
we're going to
Okay.
let them sit for about a day or two, and then we're going to filter them out. So the gin's not going to be clear. It's going to
Okay.
be cloudy. It's going to have some haze in it from the botanicals.
That's cool though.
Because I want to taste the gin. I want to taste everything we put in there. I don't
I
want
agree.
to. Sometimes I'm not all about the nuance. Sometimes
Yeah.
I want you to taste your
You
gin.
don't want to
Yeah,
dilute it.
I
in any
agree.
way.
Yep.
I gotcha. So like what? So for someone like, and I'm not very. So I don't know a lot about vodka. I don't know a lot about gin. So as far as like, if you're making a gin, like to start, what are your botanicals? Obviously juniper. I got that. Nailed that. But like, what else are you looking to put into it? Like, what are your other botanicals that you would want to incorporate that are going to be these? What's the term? Your adjacent flavors, like your help. I guess your helpers.
So that's a great question. Peppercorns,
Yes.
lemon and orange rinds,
Yep.
which you typically can't put into a gin basket because it can't handle the
Okay.
heat, right? Coriander, star anise. I'm a big fan of chamomile. I love chamomile in a gin. All right, so
time to drink proper.
All right. Yes, we're gonna drink.
so what do you
proper
guys want to drink first?
All right, now you got to tell us we're drinking first.
All
now.
right,
I think
so
the espresso teeni's got to go last.
I
have
it's
to agree
gonna
with you.
overpower everything.
so let's start off with the limoncello. It's the lightest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Limoncello. We did about 500 lemons.
Okay.
We let it
Oh my
sit for
God.
30 days
Smells like a
in
lemon cake.
80 proof
Yeah.
vodka. When it comes out, we filter it. We then add simple syrup
Okay.
and then shake it up, put it in a bottle.
Yeah,
Oh
Mike and
my
I both
God.
grew up in an Italian family, so this is
Yeah, I
always
know,
like
this
at
is-
Christmas. This is like always like how you start your night,
Yes.
and then zambucas and like absinthe is where the night.
Oh, I
ends.
can't do Zambuca.
So what I like about feel free to drink.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I'm looking for, and I don't like all the sweet. I try to get some of the bitter from the pith. And I know every Italian
Oh,
grandparent is going to say the pith is bad, but I can't drink super sweet things and
No,
not
no,
have
no. I
anything
don't.
at the
I don't
end.
do sweet either. It after a while it just kind of kills me.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm like one. I'm good. Done. All right. Awesome.
This
This is awesome.
this is
Thank
good.
you very much.
Truly,
I
like,
would.
awesome.
I think it's great. I would dial back the sugar a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit. It is sweet, but
It is
like
sweet.
the overall flavor that you get, I mean, this is like eating a fucking lemon cake.
It's a good
This is
natural.
delicious.
It's a good natural.
It's good.
taste.
I like the sweetness, but like you're saying, you kind of like to get more into the lemon flavor, and I agree.
That's where the
So I think if you just dial the sugar a little bit, you'll
Okay.
be
All right.
spot on.
So
Because
fun
this
thing
is
about
amazing.
limoncello is we ask for your recipes. Next year, we will use your recipe and put you on the label.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's
So-
kind of like your CYPB limoncello,
Yeah.
essentially. Create your own.
Yep.
It's Jersey, man. You know everyone's got their own limoncello.
So if you have a recipe
recipe,
you
so
want, send it in, and we'll pull it from a
they'll
hat,
do it.
and that's what we'll use next year.
Yeah, I've had a lot that are just either too boozy, not enough lemon,
Cream-based
kind
ones
of
or-
cream-based is
I
gross.
can't do the cream
And then I've had some that you just don't taste anything, not sugar, not like it's just like just
Water.
yellow liquid. This is like you got the sugar. You can easily pick out the lemon zest, the lemon rind.
And it's natural
And-
lemon though. It's not like
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the big
Yes.
thing.
No additives,
It's
no
pure
preservatives.
yeah.
This is good.
This is a proper
Well,
cock.
thank you
This
very
is-
much.
This would go great with Victoria's blueberry lemon cake.
Oh my god.
Like either drizzle it on top or
Yeah,
just
that would
drink
be
it on the
killer.
side. Like
Sure.
this is
All right.
that would be a good
The
idea.
next
Blueberry limoncello.
The next one you
A
get.
hybrid.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that actually is a really
A
good idea.
hybrid, a blueberry limoncello.
I would kill that. I love that.
Okay.
Idea. I like that idea. The next one is the
Yeah.
one I'm the most excited for, just because
I am
like
too.
You guys are no stranger to this.
yeah, but it's
No
so
stranger.
and you know and I'm sure you know this is from being like a bartender and stuff like that. It's so hard to make a good old fashioned.
It is.
It's because it's
Yeah.
so simple, but it's so easy to mess up.
Yes.
That's why I'm so proud of our bartenders who came up with.
This.
I mean,
Yeah.
they did such a good job that we now make it in huge batches,
Yeah.
and now we sell it in bottles, and it's all because. Look, we have great staff here, so if you guys are looking
So-
for a night out, our cocktail menu is fantastic.
I gotta say, you gotta come here for a night out. It's fantastic. Oh, they're in top. Like me and Dan, big bourbon guys, but like I order.
I don't
almost-
drink bourbon.
Yeah, I really don't when
drink
I'm
the-
here. Their cocktails
Your
are
tequila
just
sunrise
so
is the shit.
good. What's the one? The purple one or the pink one? I love the pink one. That's
Oh.
the dragon fruit something.
So we use pea flour.
Yeah,
Pea flour in the vodka.
I love that
Your
one.
Emmett's,
That's my
your
favorite.
Emmett's blueberry vodka.
Oh, blueberry vodka.
I
yep.
think that I had like 3 or 4 of those the one night. And
Yeah.
My fiance, she was driving. I was not driving, but that's awesome. Like I said, it's just if you think you're a certain kind of drinker and you come in here, you're definitely
Yeah,
gonna come
it's-
out having a different opinion.
I
We
walk
appreciate
around this
that.
place all night with a pink drink. I don't care. It's delicious. It's so friggin' good. It's my favorite thing.
But let's try this old fashioned.
Yeah, man.
I know I've had your old fashions here before. I've smoked old fashioned. So if you come here, request a smoked old fashioned. You have
Okay, that's a
Smoker.
smooth transition. Because I was just gonna ask. I know you wanted to do a limited rum thing in the winter. You should do a limited smoked old fashioned in the winter time.
I should figure out how to do that.
to. Yeah, how do you bottle? Maybe
I'm
liquid,
sure.
liquid smoke.
Yeah, you
no,
could-
I don't. You
that
should.
would
You
be
can't
too
drink
short.
that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good point. That's
So-
you put that in barbecue.
I
sauce.
think
could
if
do-
you smoke it and bottle it, it would hold. I think the
I
flavoring
could.
would
You know
hold.
what I could probably do? I could probably just put it in a
Test it.
chamber,
Test it.
smoke it, run it through, and then just
Yeah,
you do that.
do like a test batch for your like a private bottle and see if it holds up. You know, see maybe do it like have it sit for a month and see like go back see if it still lingers. But I don't know. It would probably be tricky, but it's just an idea.
It's an untapped market.
Because that smoked old fashioned good, and it is an untapped market. He's right. There's no bottled smoked cocktails.
All right, smells awesome on the top.
So smoked old fashioned, blueberry limoncello, blueberry and lemon
That is-
limoncello.
That is awesome, and it still has that kick though. That's the whole thing. Is like I know
Oh.
I'm speaking for Mike here too.
Yeah,
If I drink an old fashioned, I don't want to taste cherry. I don't want to taste
cherry and
bitter,
sugar.
like orange bitters or orange.
Yeah.
I want
This is
that bourbon or rye to be present. It has to be.
Man,
Okay.
I haven't had one in a while.
Yeah.
This is good.
It's really
is
good just because you're like you still know you have whiskey
yeah.
in here. That's the whole
That's
thing.
how I like my old fashioned.
Yeah,
Strong.
man.
It can't be sweet. It can be a hint of sweet, but it can't be. It can't be a
At the
cordial.
end of the day, you're still drinking whiskey.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. That's why that's what makes old fashioned at the
Yeah.
end of the day. Like it's And these are legit speakeasy cocktails. Like,
Yep.
and even like you said, like here, I'm gonna grab the old-fashioned bottles, hold it closer.
Yeah.
So,
Show them the rooster.
So these are
Show them the proper cock.
yeah, the proper cock.
On the turn it. Show
turn
the
it?
rooster.
Oh yeah. So here's your rooster.
There you go. That's
But
your
yeah,
proper
this
cock.
is like the perfect speakeasy label. To me, like it's just simple, understated. You know, you let the liquid do the talking. But this tastes just like your.
It's the same cocktail.
No, I swear to God, like it literally just tastes like we're getting from the bar.
When I'm not going to down any specific company, but when I saw these in the market and I bought them, I was like, wow, these are garbage. I couldn't blame my.
They are.
But I said we could do better.
You did do better.
And I said, why don't we just serve what people already love, and that's what we did.
I always ask this every time, like I was introduced or sold on a pre-made cocktail. I don't know why my mind is like stuttering right now. I would always just try them, and I'd always be let down. And the first thought that goes through our mind is, how hard is it to just make the cocktail and put it in a bottle?
It's because it's got to last. That's
why is that always such a process with people? And this is exactly what you guys have done. It's almost like your bartender is like sitting in the back, shaker, bottle, shaker, bottle.
Even though we did get
There we go.
tableside service for this episode, these are, like I said, these are actual pre-made cocktails. And like I said, it's, after the first two, like, I've tried every single one on the market. I'm not even kidding. Every single one that's come out, I've tried.
Yeah.
At least in these three expressions, those two are the best.
Thank you.
Like but easily the best. Like not even like not close.
This is the espresso tea,
right.
Cafe Bustelo, vanilla simple
What's that
syrup.
coffee? We were saying
Cafe
that
Bustelo.
coffee.
I love
so
Cafe
good.
Bustelo. It's
my
cheap,
favorite.
but it's amazing.
Every day.
All right, so while Dan and I taste this, we have a question for you.
Shoot.
I saw it's very long.
I think it's for you, because I don't have an answer for this. So,
We don't have answers.
J Turney 89. Thank you for the question. This is what we've been looking
Hey,
for.
it's Jamie. Oh, what's up, Jamie?
Oh, I didn't recognize the Turney. Okay, I see what he did.
You are
there.
now Jay Turney.
Yeah, J Turney. What kind of testing have you done on shelf life? Obviously, booze doesn't go bad, but do flavors start to blend in
That's a good
unexpected
question.
ways not intended to over time?
Because there's a certain set brand that their colors change after 2.5 months on the shelf if it doesn't sell because of the food dye.
So, case in point, this is the first bottle we ever bottled, and the color hasn't changed whatsoever. The flavor apparently hasn't changed either. I mean, it's still good. Like
I
you
think
guys
it's
drank.
fantastic. Yeah.
The old fashions. Now, although we haven't had them last too long, I do have a bottle at home that I haven't opened, but the color hasn't changed. Because of the high proof, I believe it will act almost as a natural preservative as well. And the espresso tini, I can't answer 100% on this because they don't last long.
So my
Would last about 3
My
days in
thinking
house.
on all of this is you kind of hit the nail on the head with this one. I'm figuring this is high enough proof that it's going to preserve most of its flavor itself. But if you wanted to extend your shelf life a little bit, now remember, these are only pint-sized bottles. So, if you buy this, you could easily kill it in, I'd say, a couple days. A weekend, if you're on a date, whatever. But if you do want to save it, I would imagine the limoncello and the espressotini, maybe the limoncello a little bit more, doing very well just in the refrigerator.
Agreed.
Keeping it on
You
ice.
should refrigerate, but
Not on
you
ice
should
because they
refrigerate.
might be they might freeze or at least slushify.
So the limoncello
definitely
has been
in
in
the
my
refrigerator.
freezer for months. Since
It
we-
has, and it's been fine. Okay, so yeah, see, I would think these would preserve well if you just pop them in the refrigerator or the freezer. In terms of just sitting on a shelf, though, once bottled, that's what I think Jamie's more so getting at. It's going to be hard. You might
It's
be a
gonna be
little
hard.
SOL there, but you guys only sell from the distillery, right?
At the moment, we only
At the
sell from the
moment,
distillery. And look, it's one of those things where if we learn, when we start distributing this, if we learn that, obviously we take back any of the cases that wouldn't
Oh,
make
yeah,
it.
obviously.
And then maybe we, instead of selling 30 at a time, case at a time, we sell 5 cases at a time.
Jamie said because it's a pint, you can just kill it on the way to Taco Bell.
You absolutely can kill it
You
on the
can.
way to Taco Bell.
That's the only
And I
destination
support-
you should be
I
going
support
after this.
Yeah, he was getting at the point, like on the shelf unopened. So
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the shelf unopened, I think your old fashioned's got like you said, this is pretty foolproof.
Yep.
I think that'll do fine.
Yeah, it's 72. It's 72 proof.
These I would be a little questionable. Like you said, this has been a month now, and it
2
looks,
months.
The whole thing
2
is like,
months.
if
This
you
was
get
made
past
June
2
1st.
months, it's not going to change.
Yeah, no,
It
it's
won't-
fine.
'cause,
Maybe
like-
a little bit of the sugars are starting to.
So we also don't filter it too much.
Okay, so
that's
it's just lemon zest and
it's
sugar.
lemon zest.
That's fine. And then the espresso. Why do you think the espresso one would be though?
It wouldn't change. The thing you might get sugar deposits on the neck of the bottle.
That could
that's
happen.
true.
That
That
could
might be, but that's if it sits for like 4 months. And if you haven't drank this in 4 months, I pity you.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
I
I
What
think
do you think? By the way, it's gone.
Oh yeah, it's all gone. It's really
You
good.
like- you
Oh,
like it?
it's fantastic.
I think what Jamie's getting at.
It's better than a certain brand that we both know.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
What Jamie's hinting at though is like if you were to sell this to a store and,
And
you
it sits
take
on the
it in
shelf.
and
Oh no, I
it
got
sits-
that.
yeah.
But you know,
So I wouldn't be too worried, but
I
maybe
wouldn't worry at all.
in that aspect you only do like a case or two at a time to the
Yeah.
stores. This way, like not because it's limited, but maybe just because like, hey guys, like these are all natural, there's no preservatives. We want them to cycle.
and
We
that's
don't
and that's
want
the
it-
sales pitch too, though.
You know,
Like,
you don't
this
want
is-
This
to
is real.
buy like a 5-case rip and have like one on the shelf, 4 in
Yeah.
the back for because if that one on the shelf doesn't move, now you got 4 more going bad. So like it would probably be a little bit more of a niche sell. So you'd have to be
Yeah.
like, listen, here it is, all natural. We're gonna start you off slow because we can't really say the shelf life because it's hard to predict. This one I think you're pretty
you
safe.
do not have to worry about that old.
Yeah, I think you're pretty safe with that.
You do not have to worry about.
All right,
that.
I gotta try this now.
Yeah, I just say even.
Oh my god, it smells
Stop
so good.
talking and try. I'm done. Like I've had mine.
So on the nose, I'm
I
getting
liked
like
all three. They were fantastic.
I'm getting the espresso obviously, but I also get a little bit of like pipe tobacco.
But it's awesome.
It smells like nice.
You get
pipe
that
tobacco.
roasted
I love
Bustelo
that
note, and
roast.
that roasted coffee note is so amazing on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, good, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like chocolatey espresso.
But it's not too sweet. That's the whole thing. You still get roasted coffee. That's the whole-
delicious.
That's the key.
Oh my god.
is-
This
You gotta drink. You gotta without the coffee.
and it
it's
can't
not.
be syrupy. It can't be syrupy.
It's not
either.
syrupy at
No,
all.
it's actually
Which
quite
is the
not
issue
syrupy.
with the other two on the market. They're syrupy and they're overly sweet because
They're almost like food products.
but that's the issue
This is
too,
why I
and that's
love
where like
cafe
if someone will
distilled.
see an issue after about 2 to 3 months is because they're using food-based
Yeah.
products in the actual production.
Cheers, Jamie.
Oh yeah, cheers, Jamie.
Thanks for the question.
So, Mike, now that you've had all three, I've finished all three. On three, say your favorite. 1, 2, 3, limoncello.
Very good.
Like not even like they're all amazing. Everyone, you have to try all three. But that limoncello, like just coming from, an Italian family, like
It
that's
is.
that's
good.
Christmas. That's Christmas night.
Awesome.
Like that's so good.
I mean, it's a really close tie between these two.
It was the
I
espresso
think
martini
I'm
and
more
limoncello.
inclined to say limoncello because, as Dan knows, I mention this all the time. I am a big seasonal drinker. So right now, this time of year, this is like hitting the spot.
Nice.
This is a little much for like if I was outside, like I wouldn't be down an espresso martini outside.
No, that's what you do in the morning.
But like, if we were to do this again, or had we done this in the winter, I'm almost guarantee I would have went the other way because
Yeah.
it's just the weather impacts what I drink.
Okay.
I really dial a lot. Other than the show and what we do, and like hanging out at his house at night, sometimes I really take a back seat on my bourbons and whiskeys and scotches.
we
this
were
time
talking
of
about it
year.
before you got here. Like I was
Like,
just saying,
They kind of hit it's just not what I want. I'm out at work, Friday hits, it's like, oh shit, let me go sit out on the back deck. It's beautiful out there. I'm not going out there with a glass of bourbon. I'm going out there with a vodka soda, something refreshing, light, easy to drink.
but yeah, you guys.
But these two both are just so.
After trying these, like this is, I the only word I can use, and it's like very simple, but they're honestly just amazing. They're, like no bullshit, no nothing. Like it's just you. They're textbook cocktails that are produced very well, and the flavors are all very natural. There's nothing extra to them, and they're just really well done. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Now, Rick, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
When you go to the cafe and you order yourself an espresso, it comes with, in a nice little cup, it comes with usually a little sugar stick. What's the one other thing it comes with?
Lemon rind.
Yep.
Hey. Now I'm curious.
A lemon rind. That's a good-
rind.
I don't drink espresso aside from in espresso martinis, so this is all Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a winner.
Okay.
Yeah, there
That's
you
a
go.
winner.
I think the wheels are turning now.
Yeah, I get really creative with stuff. I'm sorry, it's just how I roll.
So have you guys, like, speaking, since you guys are, you guys do make your own bourbon and whiskey and stuff like that, like, how, as far as the cigar community goes, like, how have you guys ever entertained, like, cigar events or stuff like that?
So we would love to, but I don't know how.
Yeah,
Right?
and like I like cigars, but I'm not like I'm not into it like I am whiskey. I do not like. I know what I like, but I don't have 300 cigars at my house.
Gotcha.
Let's go with that. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like it's one of those communities that is like so tied with bourbon that I'm just curious.
I would love to do like an event like that. Unfortunately, we don't have an outside area to do.
Oh yeah, because you can't.
But we will in Allentown in about 2 years.
Oh yeah, because you own you own the property.
So we're gonna have we can do a lot more fun events
Yeah.
like that. I also think doing some brandies. I think brandies.
That's a good point.
I want to do some. Yeah, brandies go great with cigars.
Yeah. No, I actually am a cognac. So like for me, it's like bourbon, tequila, cognac. That's honestly the order like that if I'm going to drink spirits. But it was a point I was going to make. We were talking about tequila, like where tequila's going to run into the same issue we're having with cognac right now, where they're going to run out of land, and it's all going to become sourced. Everything will be sourced at some point, unless it's Jose Cuervo or Patron, or because there's the only way it's called cognac and it's made in
Cognac, France.
Cognac, France. The only way it's tequila, it's made in Tequila, Mexico.
Yep.
Jalisco.
Or Jalisco, yeah. Sorry, it's Jalisco. Jalisco, Mexico.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Salud.
COVID. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, and like brandies are a lot of fun. Like a nice apple brandy or something like that.
Oh, have you been to you ever heard of Copper and Kings?
I've heard of it. Never had anything by them.
Constellation and us, we sell.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. So I was there. Really cool distillery. It's the only distillery really that you go to, and there's no mash tun, right? Because all I do is buy wine.
Yep.
And
So-
then they just
And they just distill wine all day.
fair enough.
So, really great distillery. And brandy is one of those things where it's just because it's not super popular doesn't mean that it's not great to drink.
You gotta try it. You have to try
You
it.
have to try it.
I
I
have to
could
try it.
never get into it. It's I don't know.
It's exploring.
It's a lot of exploring.
Just like a lot of people tell me they can't get into Scotch, so I understand.
Dude,
but
it
I
was
don't know.
Napa for me. Like that's when I got into brandy. It was in Napa, California. So like we were at Corbel.
Okay.
So we were staying at the Corbel property. It's south of Russian River.
Yeah.
Like, just south of Russian River. You have to drive through these like crazy redwood forests and stuff to get there. But we were every house. I stayed actually in the original Corbel house.
Really?
Which is freaky. It's not fun
Oh,
because like
don't go there.
no, because the whole thing is like you're a mile away from the main like hub where everyone's actually staying, and they have signs for bobcats everywhere, saying like don't be out at night because they walk around. It's freaky. But right before I got there, I got a text from the person who was running the trip saying like, hey, just so you know, you're in the only haunted house. If you tell me the house is haunted, I'm gonna hear someone walking down the hallway tonight. But yeah, when you walk in, besides me getting freaked out, they had brandy,
Oh shit.
3 different brandies on the countertop
Really?
that Corbel makes.
Stop
Yeah, so
Corbel does do brandy.
yes, and they do distribute it, but they only distribute their VS brandy. They have a VSOP, they have a black, and there's one other one we didn't get to try. But I was like, holy shit, I really like freaking brandy. Like this is really cool. So like yeah, that's when I started getting cognac and all that stuff. But yeah, like so for anybody who hasn't had brandy, you really even if like it goes against everything that you like, you need to try brandy just because
Yeah.
it's definitely never what you think it is.
it. No.
See, I the only time I remember it is when we were at one of the spirits parties a while back, and Val force-fed Hennessy like down my
Chasing
throat.
Sprite.
And I'm like, this is disgusting. I'm never drinking this shit again.
So I was in Charleston. There's a story called
so
High Wire,
gross.
High
and
wire.
they do a watermelon brandy.
That sounds interesting.
Really unique.
I like watermelon.
Like I
so
don't
now
like.
I'm appealing to brandy.
I bought a bottle, and although look, I wasn't absolutely like over the top in love with it,
But it's different enough.
it's so different. And there's so many. Like if you have a brandy, if you're not a brandy guy, do it at a local distillery
Yeah.
because they're going to be using ingredients that most big brandy makers just aren't going to use.
Yeah.
Yep. That's true.
So I mean, there's some great peach brandies out there. Like I think we should. I think in New Jersey, you could absolutely do an apple or a blueberry.
Peach
brandy.
would be really interesting.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
We're actually, believe it or not, I just learned that this year. We're actually pretty well known for our peaches.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a fruit. It kind of flies under the radar.
I think
but
we're gonna
we
do a
actually-
tomato brandy, so
Yeah. No, probably not.
Jersey tomatoes.
But,
Technically a
yeah,
fruit.
apparently Jersey
Technically a fruit.
peaches are a pretty big commodity. I always just assumed peaches Georgia, but apparently Jersey.
But either way, like I said, dude, thank you so much for having us on again.
It
And
was my pleasure. I
Yeah,
love that
dude,
you guys
and-
are here.
it's seriously, if you guys have not been to Garden State, you have to go. Go check out the cocktail menu. The street's open. So Friday, Saturday night?
Friday, Saturday night?
The street is open. You can come in here, ask for a cocktail to go roam around the streets. Don't do anything we wouldn't do, but which leaves a lot
Outdoor
of room.
dining, live music. the whole
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really a fun experience down
And-
here. It's bringing life to our little downtown. And
Exactly.
this downtown never had much life to it. I feel
It's
been a long
amazing,
time.
honestly, to see it happen. And I left Tom's River as soon as this stuff started happening, but
Yeah.
I come back. But if you guys walk in this distillery and you think you're a certain kind of drinker, throw that out the window. You are not that kind
Yeah,
of drinker.
just-
You're gonna find something else you like.
Peruse the menu and really just go for it. Break out of your comfort zone because every cocktail they make is. I haven't had a bad one yet. They're
Thank
all
you very much,
fantastic.
guys.
Yeah, please take a tour too. Check out the distilling
We
process.
love giving
Yeah.
tours.
Did you guys do a jalapeno cocktail at one point? You did, right?
We
Something
did.
spicy?
Yeah, we did. We're actually, funny enough, we're actually doing for the local fire department right now.
Uh-huh.
We are doing a hot vodka to help them raise money. So it's gonna be a mason
yeah.
jar, and it's just gonna be like vodka, and we're just gonna drop a pepper in it. We're doing
Hell yeah.
habanero,
I would love to try that.
jalapeno, and long
I would
house.
I would love to try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember having something with jalapeno, and I was like going out after those for a while too. They
Big
were
old pepperback.
fantastic. Yes, that was
Yes,
it.
that sounds awesome. But
Yeah.
seriously, and anybody, so we're gonna get this going. You get a hashtag drink proper, correct?
Proper cock.
Hashtag drink proper cock.
No, just proper cock.
Oh, just hashtag proper cock.
Hashtag proper
Proper
cock.
cock.
Hashtag proper cock. Proper cock cocktails come down to Garden State Distillery, and you said you're selling also at flea markets.
Yeah, we're in about 6 farmers markets
Farmers
right
markets,
now.
farmers
Yep,
markets, sorry, I'm sorry.
Brick, Tom's River, Stafford, Marlboro.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, man. This is gonna be I think these are gonna be some of the next big stuff to come. At least come out of like Tom's River, but
Yeah.
possibly the state. We'll see. The sky's the limit with these cocktails. They're honestly amazing.
They're truly
and,
great.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much. Guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Thank you again, man, dude. This has
Guys.
been fun. It's always fun.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you
Cheers,
for coming.
man.
You
Everybody
guys,
so much.
Everybody
Thank you very
watching
much for
live.
watching.
Peace.
Thank you.